What's up, my people? I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I don't even know what it is that I'm even doing. I got a vision. I keep having these visions to do this, so I'm just going to do it. I don't have a method to it. What you're about to hear, you're not about to see anything. Let me go ahead and clear that up. I'm going to just use my voice. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm not trying to be, I don't know. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm really just giving you me. I'm just speaking to you. Something that I'm going to say is going to trigger something in somebody that needs to hear it, and it's going to help them out. I have a friend that's always telling me, hey man, you need to go speak at schools and colleges. You need to tell them how you did it, how you moved. And I always laugh it off, but in the back of my mind, I hear what my friend is saying. But I'm not vocabulary smart like that. You know what I mean? Like, you might hear some slang and stuff here and there. I really don't like how I talk. I really don't like how I look on videos, to tell you the truth, if you want me to be brutally honest with you. That and the fact that I might get nervous speaking in front of people. So what I'm going to do here is I'm really just going to speak my mind, because every day, y'all, thoughts go through my mind, ideals go through my mind, ideas. And let me go and I'm gonna tell you now, this is me being real. I say ideals, I know that's not correct, I don't spell it that way. I don't know who I hung out around that used to say that. I know it's idea, but I say ideals. So if you hear me say it, it is what it is. Again, I'm not politically correct, I'm not verbally correct. I don't know. I've gotten somewhere in life that people admire, and I feel that there's a lot of other people who need to hear me be real with them, so that they understand that they can do it too. I want to say I don't know what I did, but I do. I know what I did, and I'm about to tell y'all. I don't know what the background sounds like. I do apologize if you hear wind noise, but I kind of just secluded myself in darkness. And I'm just going to speak my mind. I've been telling myself to do this for a very long time, and I've been pushing it off. I've been letting it off. Just to give y'all an introduction before I start speaking for real. I go with what my mind tells me. I literally will wake up in the middle of the night and text myself to remind me of my next move. People look at me and say, hey, you know, you're successful, you're doing things, how can I do it? I don't know if I really have an answer for you, but I'm going to tell you a few things that I do. My son passed me a book around 2021, 2022, I think it was 2021. Changed my life. I'm not going to say the name of this book. A few people have asked me, and I will tell them if you ask me. But one thing I know about life is I don't want to share everything with just whoever. Only certain people deserve to hear the things that I'm going to say. That's how come there's not going to be video and a nice pretty color cover and so forth. It's just going to be, I don't know, maybe just darkness, and I might just call it The Heart. I don't know. You know, one of my favorite rappers is Kendrick, and you know he has his The Heart series. I guess I don't really want to copy that, but I need to come up with a way to let you guys know that it's just me, no glitz and glamour. You might have a drink in my hand. I might be in my feelings. I might just need to get away from the world and just talk to y'all. Every day I have these thoughts and ideas. They just come to me. I text myself a lot. I don't want to say I'm a loner, but I've definitely been there for myself a lot of my life. Let me look at the clock too, because I don't want these to be too long. Probably want to keep it around 30 minutes or so. So if you're gonna listen to me, just zone out, man. Just close your eyes, man. Just get away from anything that stresses you out in life, because that's pretty much everything nowadays. And just rock with your boy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm literally just gonna say whatever comes to my mind. It may be all over the place. It may be straight to the point. To continue what I was saying earlier, my son put a book in my hand. If you want to change your life, you can message me. You know how to get in contact with me. And I'll tell you the name of that book. That book opened up my eyes. I read it from beginning to end. I love that book so much that I actually bought it as Christmas presents one year. Some people start to read it, they're like, yeah. And then they just never get through it. If you want change, only you can change. Only you can go get what it is that you want. Everybody has this dream in their head. Daydream, I don't know what you want to call it. Again, I'm not political, man. I'm just speaking. You envision something every day, or at least I do. I don't know, y'all tell me in the comments, man. Am I the only one? I know where I want to be in life. I know what I want. I know the goals that I want to achieve. And I know in order to get there, it's going to require a lot of laughter from my peers. It's going to be some trash talk. It's going to be some laughing, some pointing fingers. But one thing I know after reading books, and it's just like, and I'm not good with names and so forth, man. When Noah was making his ark, everybody laughed at him until that storm came. I think that the story of Jesus was told to us when we were little as a cheat code to let us know how real life is going to be. If I told y'all my dreams, you would think I was insane. But in my mind, it's reality, and I can make it happen. And that's what separates me from a lot of other people. Is people have dreams, they know what they want to do in life, but they refuse to chase it. You know, there's a great saying that says everybody has the same 24 hours. We do. You know, some people chase women, hang out at clubs, bars, hang on the block with their friends, drink beers and ride in their Lolos and their big wheel cars all weekend, playing their music. But every day, from the moment I wake up to the moment I close my eyes, I'm constantly thinking about what is the next move, what is the next play. I should be doing something. Los, you should be doing something. There's no time for this. I wasn't always that way, but I was a little bit that way. I would say I was maybe 50% growing up. And then one day it just clicked. It just clicked. And it really clicked after reading that book. That's when life took off for me. Because I no longer hung out on the block. I no longer chased every car show every weekend. I just went for mine. Anybody can do it, but people don't want to do it. That's the problem. And then when you do it and you shine and you fight and you get through all the laughter and the results start to show up, they laugh at you again. That's one thing I've definitely learned that I definitely want to share with whoever's listening. They're going to laugh. They're going to point. They're going to talk about you. They're going to make memes. We live in a meme world now. But if you really go to their page and look at who they are and what they're doing in life, 95%, no, 98% of the time, it's them. Certain people just love to just talk junk, get likes from talking junk. People thrive off of that. You know, misery loves company. And that's the company that they want. Hey, I laughed at him. He's a fool. Did you see that? Yeah, I saw that. So now you got two fools laughing at you who would never be able to live the life that you want. Everybody's different in this world. Everybody's supposed to be different. That's why my choice, my selection of cars always changes, because I don't just like one thing. My dad was military. I lived all across the world. Not all across the world, within the states. I lived in different states. Let me correct that now. You know, I have family that's in the sticks, that are country. I lived in Florida. I know what it's like to pull up at a light and somebody pulls up next to you with 30s, 32s, 34s. I lived on the West Coast, SoCal. I know what it's like for cats to hit switches. When I was young, I lived up north, and that whole part of my life was really just blank, because I thought California was all the same until I met Spice. Then I realized that there's a lot of Northern California in me, and I didn't even realize that. Drifting off of subject, I know. Again, it's just me talking. Wherever my mind takes me is what I'm going to record. I don't want to do this live. I know somebody's like, hey man, why don't you just do it live, turn the lights off? Or at least that's what I'm thinking in my head that somebody's going to say, right? I don't like live videos because I know I can get deep, and I might say something that I just feel like the world is not ready for. Because man, I can get real deep. And when I'm live, I know I won't be able to take that back, and then the world's going to run off with it. I'm okay with people laughing, pointing the finger. Somewhat. Let me correct myself. I'm probably at a good 85% of being okay with that. That number has increased. Before I am who I am now, I would have been in those comments swinging back. What you want to do? Pull up. Where you at? Now, where I'm at in life, you don't see any type of negative comments from me. I think before I drop a comment now. I'm actually going to encourage some of y'all that's listening, if anybody's listening. If you want to start to change yourself, start with that, because it's way harder than what you think. The next time you get ready to say something, think about it and be like, nah, that person might take that negative. That's going to come across as negative. That's me laughing at somebody else and I don't know them. That's actually harder than you think. I think I've mastered that. Every now and then I feel myself getting ready to say something, and there's a saying, there's a meme that I saved. Yeah, I was probably quoted right now, but I'm probably gonna mess it up. It says, don't respond to messages that are sent to destroy you. I'm sure that's not politically correct. I'm sure it's somewhere in there, not word for word, but that's perfect. So before I get ready to respond, I gotta think, this is sent to destroy me. This is sent to get me out of my character. Do not reply. The world is evil. Social media now has it where people can talk from their bedrooms, knowing that they will never see you. I've literally had gotten into it with people in the past that I know I've seen out in the car scene, thinking that something was going to happen. And when they saw me, it was, hey man, how's it been? How you been, man? Let me get a picture. Because they were online, he was talking a different way. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Let me just leave that one with what I just said. You have to believe in yourself. That voice that I was talking about earlier, whatever it is that you envision, you have to follow that. You have to believe in that. You have to see it through. You have to make it reality. I've mastered so many of my goals. I don't want to say that sometimes I get tapped out to where it's like, what do I do next? I know what I really want in life. And I feel that I'm building it. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's coming real slow. Sometimes I get upset about that. And then some days I'm like, you know what, man, you gotta give it time. You just gotta give it time. I feel like I'm the world's best kept secret. I do. Somebody's gonna laugh at that. Somebody's gonna say, you idiot. That's fine. In all honesty, everybody is supposed to feel like they are that person. Do you think Kendrick Lamar thinks that he's 35th in line? Do you think Drake feels that he's 80th place? No, they both feel like they're number one. And I feel like I'm number one. I feel like people know that and they want to keep me a secret so that I'm at their leisure to help them succeed. And that's one of the things that I do not like. I've helped out a lot of celebrities. A lot of celebrities have come and went. They just use me for resources and whatnot. And I may call out names. I don't know if we get into that here on episode 1. You know, I ran all around California to get things done for some celebrities, and they can't even say thank you. I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of being a best kept secret. I'm tired of being a whisper. I know who I am and what I'm capable of. I blame myself for not letting the lion in myself out. Being humble, which you're supposed to be, you should be. But I guess there's a time when you gotta realize that it's time to step up to the plate. And that's where I'm at now. I feel that my words might help somebody else who's feeling the same exact way. It's gonna help them to move to the next thing. I see memes daily, little words, a sticker on a back window, a t-shirt, something that somebody has on their shirt as they walk by. If you follow me on Instagram, you might see me post those things every now and then. I believe in that stuff. I feel like those are words that are sent for you to see, to let you know that it's okay. It's okay to do it. There's been times I've been stressed out, anxiety was high, and all of a sudden a video will pop up and it will have words in the background, and I immediately gravitate to it. It's like, did you just hear that? They said something that's relating to me right now, and I get it. I needed to hear that. I needed that. And I feel that's why I'm doing these videos, or why I've been pushing myself to do these videos, is because, yeah, I might be rambling. I'm just talking. But somebody's gonna wanna hear this. They wanna know it's okay. Because the world is hard. Ain't shit easy about this world. Every day as men, and I'm not trying to exclude any women that's listening, man, but I'm speaking as men. We wake up and we have to try to conquer this world for 24 hours. Go to sleep and come back and do it again. What you're hearing is literally the thoughts that go through my head. I just walk around in deep thought all day long. And I'm finally speaking out loud what I'm always thinking about. Maybe the anxiety level and the stress level of some of the things that I'm saying to myself out loud will finally allow me to breathe, because I feel so trapped sometimes. There's nobody really to talk to. I have Spice, I tell her a lot, but there's still some things that you just kind of keep inside, like, I'm gonna just hold on to that one. And I have a lot of those. Not too long ago, I think I was having some crazy anxiety attacks. I couldn't breathe. Went to the hospital, man. I was in that bad boy, just nervous, man. Tears in my eyes, man. I could not breathe. My chest was just so tight. My stress levels be really high these days. As somebody who grinds for themselves, self-employed, I work 10 times harder than when I did working for the man. And I say that being funny, but working a 9 to 5. One thing I definitely gotta say, and I'm not trying to offend anybody when I get ready to say this. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to reach your goals, it's not going to happen. Working a 9 to 5, you're helping somebody else reach their goals. You're helping your employer reach his goals. He hires you to stay in a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? In a certain box. I don't know. I can't finish that one off. In order for you to really push and do the things you really want to do, you got to use your God-given talents to bring in money for yourself. But working for yourself is way more stressful. Don't you ever wonder how, like, when a president starts, they look cool, and then by the time they're done with their term, they're fully grayed out. Remember Obama when he first went in? He was a smooth looking brother, and he came out looking stressed out. That's how it is being self-employed, because everything relies on you. Everything relies on you. The moves you make, the decisions you make. But going that route helped me move so much more further in life. For those who are listening, I definitely want to thank you for listening. I definitely want to say thank you for understanding. This was really hard for me to do. But I've been on myself every day, like, hey man, you need to drop those videos like you said you was going to do. That's another meme that I constantly see, is the time is now. Don't wait for later, do it now. I honestly don't know if this video is a trial video and if you're going to hear it or not. I probably will drop it because I've been telling myself I'm going to do it. You got to remove all negativity out of your life. Negative comments from people, you dropping negative comments, the people you hang around, if they're not going in the same direction of what you see and envision in your life, you need to remove them. I have plenty of friends that I want to be here right now, that I wanted to be here right now. I used to always think that everybody that I met needs to be there with me at all times as I move forward, but then I quickly found out as I started to move up the food chain that everybody can't go. It took me a long time to understand that saying. There's people that I genuinely and truly love, but everybody can't go, and I understand that now. Just like whenever you're watching a TV series, for example, Entourage, it's one of my favorite TV series shows, because you literally get to see every season, every episode, somebody come in, you think they're going to be there, and then they phase off. It's just for that moment. People can be there to help lead you in the direction of somewhere you need to go in life because you manifest it. So it could be a quick friendship. Could be a long-term friendship, and you know who those people are. I got about maybe 3 of them. People who I know I'm constantly going to contact with, and I know what's going on. So maybe with somebody hearing this, you will understand the people around you better. One thing I do is I definitely study people. I sit back and I study them. You know, I tried to make some moves not too long ago, and I saw that it was getting ready to go in a bad direction. So I ended it. I walk away from a lot of things these days if I feel that the direction of it isn't going right. I bent the corner and I came back, and I try to bring my peers with me, and it didn't work out. I tried to build a team. I did. It hurt me. It hurt me to even say it now. The fact that I can still sense and feel jealousy within people, and that's what really sucks out here is people don't understand that we really need each other to get there. But it's not one way. Somebody gives you your flowers, you got to give them their flowers back. But right now we're living in a world where people love to use each other. In a way, I feel like that's what is needed to be done. But how people do it is what will affect your friendship. Because I felt like some of the past people who's been around me used me, got what it is that they wanted, and they moved on. Now I don't look at them the same way, because it's like, okay, now I know who you are. You wasn't a genuine person. Even right now, sitting here giving y'all a few moments of my time, I'm thinking to myself as I'm looking at my phone glow up of messages that I need to reply to, people who I need to reply to. I'm sitting here thinking like, man, I need to be doing something. I need to be answering these people. I need to be making more plays. I need to be grinding. So I hope that what it is that you hear today helps you. Because I really needed to be doing something else within this time frame. I love people who listen and want to do better. I get it all the time. I get messages on Instagram. Cali boy, you're such an inspiration. You're an inspiration, man. I love your moves. I love how you move. I see what you're doing. I get those messages, and I stop everything I'm doing and I make sure I respond to those people. I had a guy one time, man, he was like, man, I was about to unalive myself. And I remember I had to have a long conversation with him, man, via DM. I was like, brother, you better not do that. You better not do that. Because life is hard. Stress levels do get high. So this is strictly for the people who always say, hey CB, man, you're such an inspiration, man. How did you do it? I know I'm all over the place. I'm literally just talking. I am freestyling in the darkness for y'all. You gotta believe, you gotta do it yourself. You know what you gotta do. A lot of times you don't wanna listen to yourself. As you're driving down the street, you probably got your friend sitting in the passenger seat and he's doing nothing for you. He's probably leading you down a road of destruction. You gotta get rid of him. If you hang out with people who want to gossip all day and talk about people, you need to get rid of all of them. You will not find too many people who are like-minded, which is, I guess, why I'm kind of doing this video, is to find the people who are like-minded. Because right now, I mean, again, besides Spice, she's my world, but I definitely feel alone. The saying is lonely at the top is very true. I can have and do just about anything that I want to do, but I don't have the people around me to really have fun while doing it. I believe in you, for those of you who is listening. Anybody is capable of doing it, because if my D grade C, D, and sometimes B, and an occasional F's here and there, self can get where I am today, I know anybody can do it. Not saying that I'm greater or better than anybody. I've been down. I've been all the way down. I've been flat broke. I've asked God why. I've been through. I see my camera just turned off because it says it is now too hot, and I don't understand why. Maybe my conversation was getting too hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Salute to anybody who made it this far. Drop a comment. Is there anything that you want me to speak on? Is there any topics that you want me to talk about? I'm sorry if this one didn't really hit as hard as it should. But again, it's just... So again, real quick, as it's still turning off. You don't have to worry about sharing this or anything. This is strictly for the people who need to hear it. I'll be back with another one. Thank y'all.